Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, welcome back to the Bright Side, friends. If you're gaining weight or you can't lose it, even if you're dieting or you've plateaued when you're trying to lose weight, say you lost 50 pounds and now you can't seem to lose any more weight, if you have insomnia, if you wake up and can't go back to sleep, if you're dizzy when you stand up or sit up from a sitting or prone position, if you feel wired all the time and you can't relax, if you can't get by without coffee, if you can't wake up in the morning without coffee, even after you had a good night's sleep, if you find yourself becoming more energized towards the end of the day, if even a little bit of stress throws you off your game, if you're dealing with chronic brain fog, an inability to work out or exercise, if you got cravings for salty food, if you got dark circles under your eyes, if you have female reproductive issues, if you're dealing with a lousy menopause, or if you're hypothyroid, particularly if you're hypothyroid and your Synthroid or your thyroid medication isn't working, the chances are pretty good that you're dealing with adrenal issues, particularly what we've been calling adrenal fatigue. Now, most people listening to this program, of course, know that the adrenal glands are our stress glands. They secrete chemicals that help us handle stress, chemicals that we refer to as stress hormones, particularly cortisol as well as adrenaline, and the hormone that no one talks about, our blood pressure hormone, aldosterone, which controls our electrolytes, i.e. our salts. Via the aldosterone hormone, the adrenal glands become our salt glands, which means that if we're under a lot of stress, if our adrenal glands are working overtime, we're likely going to be having a problem with salt in terms of deficiencies in salt and in terms of salt cravings. And if you try to go on a low-salt diet, you're only going to make matters worse. And this is probably why a study cited in the Wall Street Journal in August of 2014 that tracked more than 100,000 people from 17 countries over an average of more than 3 years found that those who consumed fewer than 3,000 milligrams of sodium a day had a 27% higher risk of death or a serious event like a heart attack or stroke than those whose intake was 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams a day. In other words, the more salt you took, the better off you were. The study also found that 4.3% of those who consumed low levels of sodium either died or suffered a heart attack or stroke or developed heart failure, whereas only 3% of the folks who did 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams, again showing that the more salt you take, the more protection you got for your heart. Now, I'm not saying here that salt, which most people consider to be just sodium and chloride, is some kind of cure-all and lifesaver, but I am saying we need the stuff. This is the fallacy of a low-salt diet. And by the way, it's not just sodium and chloride. Sodium and chloride are table salt. So when they talk about low salt, they really mean low sodium. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about the other electrolytes. This is how you can tell that the medical model is ignorant of biochemistry. When a doctor says low salt or low sodium, he's referring to low sodium. When a doctor says low salt, he's referring to low sodium. They don't make a distinction between all the other salts and table salt. So when they say low salt, they're talking about low Morton's, low table salt. When I talk about salt from a biochemistry point of view, I'm talking about the electrolytes, and that includes, in addition to sodium and chloride, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. These are all known as the electrolytes, and thus the importance of Celtic sea salt, or also Himalayan salt, both of which contain all the major electrolytes, in addition to other trace and accessory minerals, things like boron and molybdenum and manganese and silicon and phosphorus, both of which, by the way, are necessary for you to get calcium into your bones and into your connective tissue, vanadium and chromium and magnesium and potassium, not to mention lithium and nickel and cobalt and gold and oxygen. Pretty much every other mineral that's found in the earth or on the ocean is going to be in your Himalayan salt or your Celtic sea salt. You can taste the difference. If you start using Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt, you're not going to want to go back to Morton's or table salt. It tastes different. You get a much richer, denser, saltier taste from Celtic sea salt and Himalayan salt. It's delicious. On the other hand, Morton's, or any table salt really, any standardized salt, is based in something called rock salt. It's got a bunch of inedible rock elements in it, including gypsum, which is used to make concrete or cement, or drywall, I should say. And they have to heat it to super high temperatures, 1200 degrees or so. Then they add anti-caking agents, ferrocyanide, aluminum silicate. They throw in a little potassium iodine included because supposedly we don't get enough iodine in our diets. And we don't unless we're living near the ocean and enjoying a lot of seafood. In other words, when we eat table salt, we're getting sodium, we're getting chloride, we're getting processing chemicals, and a little iodine. When we eat Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt or some kind of ocean salt, we're getting everything. It's a no-brainer, really, when you think about it, not to mention the fact that Celtic sea salt and Himalayan salt taste so darn good. If you're dealing with long-term adrenal fatigue issues, the chances are pretty darn good that you got an electrolyte imbalance, and that means you want to be thinking about using Celtic sea salt and Himalayan salt regularly. Put it in water and drink it. It'll taste delicious. I know I've said that so many times. It's important not just because it tastes delicious and not just for your adrenal glands, but you can feel the energy. You can actually feel more energized, especially if you're under a lot of stress. All right, I'm pharmacist. We're talking about DHEA and aldosterone and the adrenal glands, adrenal fatigue, using sea salt and Celtic sea salt for energy. If you're under stress, if you're under stress, you're going to especially love salt. Salt cravings are a classic sign of adrenal distress. And using Celtic sea salt, a little bit of Celtic sea salt in water or Himalayan salt in water is not only a great way to maintain and to replace and to restore your electrolytes, it's also super, super tasty. And by the way, a lot of folks are drinking water these days, lots of water, bottled water. People are carrying around water bottles with them. And that's great. And rehydration is great, and dehydration is a problem, especially first thing in the morning. You know, you can drink water first thing in the morning and get energy. If you guzzle a huge amount of water, like 3 cups of cold water right away in the morning, you're going to notice significant energy. This is true during the day. Dehydration is one of the reasons why we get tired in the middle of the day. So water is important, super important. The body's 60 to 70% water. We all know water is important. But the more water we're drinking, the more electrolytes we're losing. So drinking lots of water, or drinking lots of any liquid really, without replacing your electrolytes can make you feel worse. So if you're drinking lots of water and you're still not getting the kind of energy or the kind of buzz that you should be getting when you rehydrate, the chances are pretty good that you're losing electrolytes, which is why the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is so helpful. That's why I tell folks to drink Beyond Tangy Tangerine water throughout the day, not just water. And that's why I recommend that you drink your Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day. Not just first thing in the morning, not just once a day or twice a day, but throughout the day. Not only will you be rehydrating throughout the day, but you'll also be giving yourself electrolytes. And this is what the Beyond Tangy Tangerine really is. It's a lot of things, but one of its main purposes or one of its main benefits is it's an electrolyte replacement drink. So using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day will not only get you rehydrated as you're drinking your BTT water, but it will also get you your electrolytes. If you suspect dehydration, it's not enough to just drink water. You got to drink your electrolytes with your water. Now, you can do Celtic sea salt in water. That's great, too. But if you do your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, you're going to get all sorts of other nutrients that you're not going to get in your Celtic sea salt or in your Himalayan salt. You're going to get your B vitamins. You're going to get vitamin C. And after all, when you're drinking lots of water, you're not just excreting electrolytes. You're also eliminating vitamin C. You're also eliminating the B complex. So you're not just your energizing electrolytes are coming out in your urine as you drink more water, but also your all-important energizing vitamins, the B vitamins, and your all-important super protective vitamin, the vitamin C. Vitamin C is beyond, it's stunning in its nutritional and health importance. You know, you can't make neurotransmitters, brain chemicals, effectively without vitamin C. You can't make your hormones effectively without vitamin C. You can't make connective tissue effectively without vitamin C. It's just unbelievable how important this stuff is, and we don't get enough anyway. The recommended daily allowance of vitamin C is a paltry 60 to 100 milligrams. Actually, it used to be 60. I think they raised it to 100 milligrams. It's like a couple specks of the stuff. So if you're drinking water, great. Make sure you're replacing your electrolytes and make sure you're replacing your vitamin C, however, and, of course, your B complex. Then we come to our PPD hormones, progesterone, pregnenolone. Oh, by the way, soft drinks also are a big problem. Coffee is also a big problem. So if you're drinking a lot of coffee, you're drinking a lot of soft drinks, you're also going to be run into an electrolyte problem. Then we come to our PPD hormones, progesterone, pregnenolone, and DHEA, particularly DHEA, which is a major, major, major adrenal hormone. It's a major body hormone, but super important for the adrenal glands. Not that pregnenolone's not either, and progesterone is also important for the adrenal glands, but nothing touches DHEA in terms of its relevance for adrenal health, and also if you're dealing with adrenal fatigue. Start off with a small dose. You don't want to take too much of the stuff. 10 milligrams, 5 to 10 milligrams a day. And then work yourself up. I know they make higher doses, and I was talking to my friend Bruce. I don't know if you're listening out there, Bruce. He was start taking 50 milligrams a day and told me he's feeling amazing. I don't know if I would take that much to start. Start off with 10 milligrams, maybe 20 milligrams, and work yourself up and see what happens. If you take too much DHEA, you may find that your hair is thinning or you're breaking out. Your skin is a little bit oily, perhaps. Or for women, you may get some hair on your arms or some facial hair. As soon as you lower your dose, the problems tend to disappear. Later on, we're going to be talking about another special form of DHEA called 7-keto DHEA, which will allow you to bypass some of these secondary sex characteristic side effects that you get with DHEA. It is pricier, and you won't get the testosterone benefits. One of the neat things about DHEA is you get, for men anyway, and for women, is you get a surge in testosterone, and that can be very important for muscle building, for sexuality, for libido, for healing, for bone growth, and for repair. So DHEA is super important. Not only is it going to stabilize your adrenal glands, but it also helps balance out your cortisol levels. It helps balance out your stress hormone levels. And this can be really important, not just if you're dealing with stress hormone issues, cortisol and aldosterone, but it can also be very helpful for folks who are on a prescription drug called prednisone or any steroid prescription drug, even asthma inhalers, if you're on those long-term steroid inhalers. You might want to think about balancing out cortisol, prednisone, steroid chemicals steroid drugs, with some DHEA. And it also helps balance out aldosterone. That means it's going to be important for your blood pressure. According to a 2008 article in the Journal of Biomedical Sciences, DHEA has a direct effect on adrenal glands, on adrenal cells, and diminishes aldosterone secretion. And that makes DHEA not just important for the adrenal glands, but also important for the cardiovascular system. DHEA can help lower blood pressure. DHEA can help slow down plaque formation. DHEA can help reduce atherosclerosis and reduce your risk of a heart attack and a stroke. And DHEA also is an anti-inflammatory. It's an immune booster. It strengthens the immune system and reduces inflammation. It also helps with muscle development, and of course, perhaps its most notable benefit, DHEA's most notable benefit, is it's important for weight loss. In a study published in the Journal of Biochemical Pharmacology in April 2000, researchers found that DHEA administration to stressed out animals resulted in a, quote, significant inhibition in body weight gain, unquote. 15% inhibition in body weight, and an almost 60% decrease in plasma triglycerides, blood fats, as compared to unstressed animals, controlled unstressed animals. That's really significant, folks. And the stuff is dirt cheap and pretty much readily available via the internet and intelligent health food stores. A lot of health food stores aren't carrying DHEA because they're paranoid, but you can find it in a good health food store as well as on the internet. All right, I'm Pharmacist Benny. All right, so let's see here. Minerals in Himalayan pink salt. Let's check out, there's 84 minerals in Himalayan pink salt. The pink, by the way, is iron. So you get iron in there as well. It tastes great, too. I personally like Celtic sea salt a little bit better in terms of taste, but Himalayan salt is good, too. This is from the journal Pharmacology. Vitamin K2 impairment by statin drugs can cause cardiovascular disease. How do you like that? Statin drugs, by depleting your body of vitamin K2, by depleting your body or impairing your body's ability to make vitamin K2, or impairing bacteria's ability to make vitamin K2, will actually have negative effects on your heart. You take a statin drug for a heart attack, and now you don't make vitamin K2, so now you're at higher risk for heart disease from the statin drug that you took in the first place to protect your heart. This is the classic example of the utter stupidity of the pharmaco-medical model that could give a rat's you-know-what about our health. Not the doctor. I'm not blaming the individuals here. I'm blaming the model. The pharmaco-medical model that purports to care about humanity, to take care of human beings by poisoning them. The utter intellectual bankruptcy, the stupidity of this idea is now underlied by the fact that vitamin K2, which is super important for the heart and bones for that matter, vitamin K2 production is impaired or vitamin K2 activity is impaired by statin drugs. We already know that statin drugs will impair the body's ability to make coenzyme Q10, which is also critically important for the heart. And we know, even the FDA recognizes that statin drugs may increase your risk for diabetes, which is also a way to mess up your cardiovascular system. But yet we still take these statin drugs. This is hypnosis, folks. This is entrancement. If we are taking a statin drug, or we have bought this meme, this belief system, this mind virus, that cholesterol is somehow some kind of bad guy, manufacturing of cholesterol is somehow the demon behind heart disease, if we buy that lie and we take a statin drug because our doctor told us to, then we deserve what we're getting. We have to examine our beliefs. We have to be very skeptical about what we're told by the medical model. They are not our friends. Again, I'm not blaming individual doctors here. If you are taking a statin drug, please, it becomes incredibly important. Number one, if you're on a statin drug, and 40% of Americans over the age of 50 or 60 are on one, a lot of people are taking them, kids are taking them. If you're on a statin drug, get yourself on coenzyme Q10. Get yourself on a good vitamin K2 supplement. You want about maybe 50 to 100 milligrams of CoQ10 in its oil-soluble form a day. You want 1,000 to 5,000 micrograms of vitamin K2 a day. And watch out for your, make sure you're taking nutrients that help your body process sugar. Keep your blood sugar stable. If you're on a statin drug, keep your blood sugar stable, use your Sweeties, use your Ultimate Niacin, use your B complex and your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you're on a statin drug, make sure you're taking vitamin K2. If you're on a statin drug, make sure you're using coenzyme Q10. And you know what? Once you start doing all those supplements, you probably won't even need the statin drug. Not that you ever really need a statin drug. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Time to hit the phones. Karl, the Truth Raider. What is up, my friend? How you doing?
Good morning, Benjamin. Now,
good morning.
It may be stupid, but they certainly are not dumb.
Okay.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Who? Now, wait a minute. Who? Be specific here. Who are you talking about?
You're discussing the medical model.
The medical model. Okay, got it.
Okay. Now, my father was a doctor.
Okay.
My stepmother was a nurse, a full RN.
So you were steeped in the medical model.
So if you need an interview about this, you got the guy to come to interview in the future if you choose to.
What woke you up? How come you didn't drink the Kool-Aid?
Experience and seeing and watching, researching, living it day by day, year by year, decade by decade. That's how you find out about it.
Yeah, you got to wake up
and see what's in the materials. Examine every bottle of pills out there, ladies and gentlemen. Read the ingredients and then research what goes into making those.
Thank you. And also question everything. Question authority. The famous philosopher Socrates, right? You've heard of Socrates. He was put to death by the Greek authorities. You know what his crime was?
Truth.
Pretty much. They got him for corrupting the youth because he was telling the youth to question authority. So they got him his charges were corrupting the youth. I love that. All right, I got to motivate, Karl. You have something?
I've got something to talk about.
Go ahead.
But I'll close with this. No.
Yes.
Truth today is the new hate crime.
All right.
Now,
yes,
avocados. Anyway, my feet are really sore. I just got back from Austin, and I just let you know I swelled up.
I want to hear about that.
I swelled up in the humidity. Something about my body was so used to the temperatures and the humidity level here. You talk about humidity. Portland is not nearly as
bad as Austin in the summertime.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I had a successful trip down there, but it was very painful, but very much worth it.
Okay. Now, well, I want to hear all about it, but I got a bunch of people I want to talk to here, so we'll have to have you on just for that.
Yeah, let's get to the question here. Avocados. What can I do if I seem to have an allergy to avocado?
Are you sure? I never heard of an allergy to avocados. If you have an allergy to avocados, it's very unfortunate because that is one of the most delicious foods on God's green earth. And
I love them.
Oh, man, and it's so good for you. You could live on avocados.
It makes me feel kind of swollen and bloated feeling.
Does it?
And
Interesting.
Indigested a little bit. What is going on there?
I never heard of an allergy to avocados. You can be allergic to anything, I suppose.
I've been eating them for many, many, many years, and I love them.
And all of a sudden you can't eat them?
One of them, or one or two of them. If I eat more than one or two of them, I will bloat. I will get some type of an allergy symptom where my stomach feels like it's distended.
That's interesting.
Gaseous.
I have to check that out. It sounds like you might have a problem with fats more than with avocados.
Right.
And that would be indicative of a gallbladder problem or an intestinal problem. Do other fats give you a hard time? Give you a problem?
Not as
coconut
much
oil?
I notice, unless I'm eating something really terrible.
Hang on. I'm going to take a break here. We'll come back to you. Hang on, Karl, okay? And if you're on hold, hang on. We'll get to you as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Hey, Karl, nothing personal. I'm going to go real fast here. Are you there, Karl?
Yes. By the way,
okay, so avocado.
I want to throw this in. Himalayan sea salt. I love it. I'm taking it. Go ahead.
Good deal. Okay, yeah. Avocado allergy, the way you're describing it is not an allergy. I was talking to my producer here when we were off air, and he said his son had an avocado allergy. And the way he described his son's reaction is he had spots and red rash. That's more of an allergic reaction. A messed up gut is more of a digestive problem than an allergic reaction. Avocados are high in fat, and it may be that you're just not processing your fats. If you have rashes, or if Benadryl works, if you take your if you eat your avocado and you get your reaction, and then you take some Benadryl and it works to relieve your symptoms, that's an allergic reaction. An antihistamine reduces allergic reactions. But if you just have a growling stomach or crampy or just weird, not feeling good in your belly, that's more of a digestive intolerance than an allergic reaction. And for that, I would be looking at digestive enzymes, or maybe you have gallbladder or intestinal problem. But focus on fat malabsorption. That's really where we end up aging dramatically, is when we don't absorb our fats, and this is really common. So you always want to, and I know we focus on fats on this program all the time. It's so important to really pay attention to how your body's processing fats, number one, and to use support for fat absorption or for fat digestion, things like lecithin and apple cider vinegar and digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes, and probiotics. These are all very helpful for helping the body process fats, fiber, bile salts. All these are super duper important. And of course, because bile is made from cholesterol, if you're doing a statin drug, that is going to further impair fat absorption and fat processing, as we talked about vitamin K and coenzyme Q10. But all fat processing is going to be impaired. And by the way, bile is also a detox substance. So if you take a statin drug, reduce your cholesterol, then reduce your bile, not only will you not be absorbing fats and fatty vitamins as effectively, but you also won't be detoxing as effectively either. All of which is to say, focus on fats, stay away from statin drugs, and eat cholesterol. Eat cholesterol, yes. This is from Science Daily. Cholesterol may actually pose benefits, and that's LDL, by the way. The so-called bad cholesterol is used for the body, helping the body repair. This article talks about eating eggs and bacon. I don't know about bacon, but certainly eating eggs can be a powerful health strategy,
I love bacon.
especially because of the cholesterol. I know you love bacon, but it's the fat and the salt. It's not the bacon. All right, Truth Raider. Gotta motivate. Thanks for your call, bro. Okay, let's go to Jason in Canada. Welcome to the bright side, Jason. What's up, man?
Good morning, Ben. How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing? Where in Canada are you? Are you Toronto?
Vancouver.
Vancouver. I love Vancouver. What's going on? How can I help you? Yes.
I've had a severe peanut allergy ever since I was small. And I just want to ask you: is there any way to reverse that, or is that
no? Not if it's a peanut allergy. Once your immune system becomes sensitized to something, I don't know that it's there's some desensitization things that they do, but really no. And you don't need peanuts. They're not a great food anyway. They're slave food. The way peanuts were developed was as cheap food for slaves and sharecroppers down south. It's not a great food. There's some good stuff in peanuts. I'm not knocking the peanut. There's certainly a lot of protein, relatively a lot of protein in peanut, but you can get away without eating peanuts. Can you do other nuts? Peanuts aren't nuts. They're beans, of course. They're legumes. But can you do almonds or walnuts or Brazil nuts or anything like that?
Yes, I can do everything except peanuts.
You know what? Stay away from the peanuts, bro. That would be my advice to you.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, Jason, take care, man. Yeah, peanuts, they're not bad food necessarily, but you can certainly do without peanuts, which are legumes, and, of course, you have that whole aflatoxin issue as well. All right, let's go to David in Pennsylvania. Welcome to the bright side, David. What's up, man?
Hey, good morning, Ben. I had a quick question.
Sure.
Well, two quick questions. One was eggs. I love eggs. For the past 3 months, I've been taking raw eggs. And didn't know if there was a big benefit between raw eggs and
major
cooked eggs.
Major benefit to raw eggs. There is a couple downsides to raw eggs. You got to be a little careful. Raw eggs contain a substance that will tie up a very underrecognized and important vitamin called biotin. So make sure you're getting your B vitamins, including biotin, through the Beyond Tangy Tangerine or maybe biotin supplements. That's number one. And the second issue, of course, is the egg has to be fresh and no cracks, and you still may run a very slight risk of something like food poisoning, like salmonella. It doesn't happen very often, but that's just something that you want to think about. Other than that, raw eggs are amazingly nutritionally valuable. And one of the problems with eggs that doesn't get recognized when we talk about how valuable they are is cooking eggs. See, eggs are made up of these fats that we've been talking about largely. Eggs have everything really, but they have a large portion of the egg itself is made up of fatty material, particularly cholesterol, as you probably know. Now, while cholesterol itself is really good stuff and very important stuff, burnt cholesterol is not. Oxidized cholesterol, it's called oxycholesterol. That's a problem. And while it's true that there's things in the egg that protect the cholesterol, when you heat the egg, that's really where you run into problems. So raw eggs are absolutely the way to do it. Poaching, of course, soft boiling is a little bit better. What you want to stay away from is really cooking the heck out of an egg with high heat, particularly scrambling an egg with high heat. Anytime you heat a fat, you're going to run into problems. That's the problem with vegetable oils. So raw eggs is really the way to go if you're going to do it. Do you do it by itself, or you mix it with a smoothie, or how do you do your raw eggs?
Well, what I used to do was take the One World Whey powder, and then I decided to start throwing in some raw eggs with the milk and the powder, and I ran out of powder about 2 months ago, and just haven't got around to ordering anything new. But what I'll do is I'll mix 2 eggs and some vanilla milk or regular milk and some chocolate milk, mix it all up, and it has a very sweet smell to it, almost like a cake batter smell.
Yeah, well,
that's what tastes fine.
Yeah.
It's not like real slimy or anything like that.
No, it's not. It's creamy. It makes everything creamy and almost with a hint of vanilla. It's really delicious. I don't think I could do, texturally, I couldn't do a raw egg, just crack it out of the yolk. But in a smoothie, it's crazy not to throw in that nutritional value. Just make sure you take your B vitamins with it and make sure your egg is fresh.
Well, I definitely take BTT, and then also I get the eggs from someone locally that does all organic.
Nice. So Where do you live? Where in PA are you?
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. Beautiful country. All right, David.
One other quick question, Ben. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My wife's not a real big fan of milk, or at least raw organic milk, because she thinks that there's, I guess, certain bacteria or certain things that would normally go into calves that when you have homogenized milk, it's
pasteurized.
It kills that bacteria, or pasteurized. It kills that bacteria.
You kill everything else, though. You kill everything else is the problem. Drink it right out of the
raw.
Raw is the way to go. As long as, but your wife's point is well taken. You got to make sure that it's clean, and you got to make sure it's from a clean cow. And cows get these infections on their udders sometimes, and that stuff goes out into the milk. And dairy's tricky. It's definitely valuable in terms of what's in there, but it's just tricky. If you're sure the stuff is fresh and clean, then it is certainly a power food. As long as you can do dairy, a lot of folks can't. But as long as you can do dairy, it's a power food. There's very few foods to equal the nutritional value of good clean dairy, but you got to make sure it's good clean dairy. Pasteurized, though, it doesn't count, and homogenized doesn't count. That is not good food. That is bad food. Very bad food. All right, I got to go, David. Thank you so much, man. Have a beautiful day, brother. Ben. Good to talk to you. All right, Reed in Colorado. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey, Ben. Thanks. I'm the type of person that consumes cannabis for all the good health reasons. I don't really do it to get high, per se.
Okay. Do you get high? Or does it make you high?
That's just kind of one of the
That's a side effect, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was wondering, when looking for jobs, it kind of gets in the way. I was wondering, would eating fat, would that help detoxify it?
Eating fat with smoking the cannabis might help, but it might also pull out some cannabis that's stored. So if you were like have a drug test and then like eat fat like a couple days before your drug test, you may pull out cannabis, especially if you've been smoking for a while. I mean, if you've been smoking for a while, rest assured you got cannabis everywhere. That stuff is sticky. You ever look at the inside of a pipe? You know, the inside of a pipe or the inside of a bong? That stuff's sticky. That's the thing about fatty substances. That's why they're so important to work with, because fat is sticky, watery it flows. It comes right off. Yep. Fatty stuff is tough. You know, you're going to have a hard time if you've been smoking a while because it's in your body and it ain't coming out. All right, Reed, I got to go. Thanks so much for your call, man. Sorry if we left you on hold. I apologize. Got a call earlier on the program. We'll try to get to as many calls as possible. If you're interested in checking out our Truth Skin Health products, love to have you check out our Truth 5% Retinol Gel, as well as our Truth Balm, Truth Serum, and Truth Omega-6 Healing Cream. Also love to have you on our Brightside Ben team. Call 866-735-2470. And tell them you want to join the Brightside Ben team. You can also sign up right from the websites brightsideben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, or pharmacistben.com. Thanks for listening, friends. Have an awesome, wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care, as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs understands the importance of supplementing with glucosamine and chondroitin for optimal health and vitality. That's why he recommends Glucogel from Youngevity.
Get on the Glucogel caps from Youngevity. They're a great way to treat arthritis and any kind of joint issues. And oh, by the way, glucosamine is great for helping support the vascular system, the blood vessel system too. So you'll get multiple benefits from the Glucogel caps. You'll be able to treat your arthritis and joints as well as the circulatory system. And also the Glucogel caps can help prevent wrinkles. The Glucogel caps support collagen synthesis.
Take pharmacist Ben's advice and support your joint, circulatory system, and skin health by ordering Glucogel from Youngevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issue, and company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
There is an affordable alternative to the high cost of healthcare that offers freedom from insurance while providing compliance with the Obamacare individual mandate. Imagine having access to quality, affordable healthcare that allows you the freedom to choose your doctor and hospital. Members can share up to 100% of necessary medical expenses, including some alternative treatments. Find out how you and your family can contain healthcare costs without giving up your freedom. Go to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
There's nothing more enticing and intoxicating than the finest meat cooking on an open flame. Freeze-dried meat from newharvest.com is U.S. grown, 100% all natural with no extra fillers. Just grass-fed beef and free-range chicken guaranteed to stay fresh and delicious. Add New Harvest freeze-dried meats to your current food storage. You'll buy direct from the factory, not a third party, ensuring the best price and the highest quality. See all our products at newharvestfoods.com. That's newharvestfoods.com.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs understands the importance of supplementing with glucosamine and chondroitin for optimal health and vitality. That's why he recommends Glucogel from Youngevity.
Get on the Glucogel caps from Youngevity. They're a great way to treat arthritis and any kind of joint issues. And oh, by the way, glucosamine is great for helping support the vascular system, the blood vessel system too. So you'll get multiple benefits from the Glucogel caps. You'll be able to treat your arthritis and joints as well as the circulatory system. And also the Glucogel caps can help prevent wrinkles. The Glucogel caps support collagen synthesis.
Take pharmacist Ben's advice and support your joint, circulatory system, and skin health by ordering Glucogel from Youngevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
There is an affordable alternative to the high cost of healthcare that offers freedom from insurance while providing compliance with the Obamacare individual mandate. Imagine having access to quality, affordable healthcare that allows you the freedom to choose your doctor and hospital. Members can share up to 100% of necessary medical expenses, including some alternative treatments. Find out how you and your family can contain healthcare costs without giving up your freedom. Go to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
There's nothing more enticing and intoxicating than the finest meat cooking on an open flame. Freeze-dried meat from newharvest.com is U.S. grown, 100% all natural with no extra fillers. Just grass-fed beef and free-range chicken guaranteed to stay fresh and delicious. Add New Harvest freeze-dried meats to your current food storage. You'll buy direct from the factory, not a third party, ensuring the best price and the highest quality. See all our products at newharvestfoods.com. That's newharvestfoods.com.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.